to invest in public services, but also bring order and control to the system, make it less attractive to come here, make it easier to remove and deport people, but also be compassionate and help people that need it.
But Mike says he wants to deport the sex offenders, and absolutely I agree with him, but one of the reasons we can't always deport them is because of the ECHR and the obstructions it puts in place. There are people who...
The European Convention on Human Rights.
They use claims to the right to family life to stop us from deporting them. And you have to also remember that Labour MPs, including Keir Starmer, wrote letters when we were in office to the Home Office campaigning to stop us deporting foreign national offenders. You know, so that you just can't trust them on this issue.
Right. I know we could do this section of the programme for the entire hour, but we chose a number of questions based on what most of you wanted to talk about. And it wasn't just illegal immigration, though that was a huge part of it, which is why I've spent so much of the programme on it. You also wanted to talk about legal migration. So Jenny, Regan, off you go. Where are you?
So I'd just first of all say that I don't differentiate between legal and illegal.
Okay.
So what does this obsession with cutting migration actually mean in practice? Someone mentioned this earlier. Poorer services, longer waiting lists and fewer staff. And why are politicians calling that a success?
Okay, Zia, you seem the obvious person to give.
Sorry, can I just clarify? What are you talking about in terms of... So cutting migration would lengthen waiting list? Is that what your point is?
We had reports last week with the budget that the fact that we've cut net migration by a number of things is actually, there was a warning from the OEBR around the cost to, in terms of the cost to our services.
Okay, well, look, my parents came to this country in the early 1980s. Between them, we've given half a century of service to the NHS, so I know the invaluable contribution that migrants can make to the NHS. But this notion that this country must have untrammeled insane amounts of immigration, legal and illegal, for our NHS to thrive is a nonsense. You could restaff every doctor and nurse in the NHS with 6 months of legal migration alone just from last year. It is a nonsense. Since 2015, the population of this country has grown by 10%. And in that time, the amount of money that this country spends on the NHS, adjusted for inflation, has doubled. It has doubled to cope with a 10% increase in the size of the population. Why? Because the Tories shipped in 12 million people, despite claiming they were going to cut immigration, left